Welcome to Kick the Cool. You've done it. You've found it. In the giant sea of cool podcasts that are out there, you found the one that kicks the cool to the curb. And to quote my little brother Wopsle, it's a great place to be. I am your big little brother Tone.
And I am your little brother Wopsle.
And I'm your big sister Shishi.
And this is the podcast that gives you the reviews you didn't know you needed. And to quote Todd Packer from The Office again, what's up, my nerds? That's the second time I've quoted Todd Packer on this podcast.
I'm sure it won't be the last.
That's right.
I can't believe our Todd Packer fan cast has kept this like momentum 12 episodes now.
What would be the name of a Todd Packer podcast?
Oh my gosh, there's so many bad things we could call
the
it.
Pac-Man.
Oh, okay. Now, I thought you might incorporate the word podcast in there somewhere. Like Pod Packer.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on. It was right there. Hey, guys, I got to ask you, what about free samples? What about them? Like,
dude,
tell me about free samples, Watchful.
I don't care what it is. I'm taking a free sample. Wasabi, I hate it. Give me an ounce, please. Like,
yeah. I mean, are you willing to kind of step out of your box of what you think you're going to like and not like if it's a free sample?
Oh, well, hey, wait just 1 second. Okay, sorry. I just ran to Sam's and got all the free samples they had, and like, my life is way better now. I've got ham, I've got some feminine hygiene products, and I've got like a Swiffer, like a air purifier kind of deal. And so, yeah, it's awesome. I'm on cloud nine. I'm ready for this podcast now with this free sample.
Yeah,
you got your feminine hygiene products. You are set.
Yes. I guess it's good. I don't know, but this ham is to die for.
Now, I noticed you did not go to Home Depot or Lowe's because you would have gotten a free sample of like 2 feet of Romex or, a nice 6-inch PVC.
Like termite spray, maybe.
A little
bottle. Cup of that. A tiny little white paper cup of termite killer.
Like you would put ketchup in some restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were handing those out the other day.
I know we're not reviewing samples, but I do want to point out, what about that awkward stand though, when they're like setting up the samples and they're about 30 seconds away from having them ready. So you're just kind of like looking at the floor, like checking your phone.
You start inspecting the bratwurst. You're like, I don't really want any of this. Just wait.
Like you can't really start small talk because they're working on something, but you're like,
but you're you don't want to look like you're waiting because that's a lot of pressure for the person. So you have to just pretend like you need to be there for some other reason.
Right.
Act like you're supposed to be there.
That's right.
There's just a sample. Yay.
It just so happens.
Yeah. 30 seconds later.
But you know what you don't do, though? You don't take a lap to come back for the samples because you know what's going to happen then. All the samples are going to be gone when you come back. There's a line. They're gone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Now, have you ever double dipped? I think I have. I think I remember double dipping on some chick in a grocery store. I think it was a Crest. And I think I double dipped on somebody. But she didn't call me out.
Did you do the double dip where you just stood there and just said, thank you, I'll have another?
Yeah. Or I didn't just hold out my right hand, wait until it was filled, and then hold out my left hand.
So you didn't say, I'm not quite sure if I want to purchase this. I'm sure that another sample would help me decide to purchase this.
One more would push me right over that edge. Two more. I got really, really nervous about the fact that she was going to bust me when I went back up there. and I had to debate in my mind while I was walking around the grocery store going, no, don't do it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. She wouldn't even know. She wouldn't even say anything. No, man, she's going to. Like, what was she going to do? Arrest me?
When you went back, did you act surprised? You're like, look at this.
I'm a brand new person.
I know you
has
did.
Never seen this sample cart before.
What are these?
What are these? Can you tell me a little bit about these samples that you have here?
I just gave you one. No, you didn't.
I think that it was my brother is around here somewhere.
Oh, my brother happens to be. Why do these people have to have like high education, near British voices. She. I do believe my brother's somewhere around here.
Right.
You're trying to be proper and above reproach. So
you can tell the difference because of the monocle that I have that he did not.
Well, see, I said to her, ma'am, did you hear me say milady? Obviously, I am not the same person. I clearly said milady.
Excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Ooh, pull it out. That it's over, guys. The podcast, we pulled out the Grey Poupon. You know what I did? I did not ask her about the Grey Poupon, but when she handed me my sample, it was cheese, by the way. I said, "Where's the beef?"
Wait, so I forgot, but one time I tried to double dip and she did call me out. The sample girl, I went up there and I said, "Hey, I'd like another one of those Slim Jims, please." And she said, "What do you want on your tombstone?" I forgot until right now.
What a weird response. Oh, guys. Okay. Well, let's do some reviews. We want to help you, all you people out there. That's our job. We're here to help, and Wopsle's going to help you. Wopsle, what are you going to review today?
You know, way back in episode 1, Tone, you said that we were going to review the most important thing we were going to review, and that was reviews.
That's right.
I will submit that today I want to bring the most important thing that we can review, because I think it's the whole reason people are listening to this podcast. Today, I want us to review siblings. Brothers and sisters.
Of course.
Okay.
I want to talk siblings for a little bit. So, Shishi, what do you think about siblings? And listen, you have a few of those on this call, so be careful.
Well, obviously I love siblings. Are we counting childhood? Because that was a little rocky. But I think after we grew up, we kind of, we settled into it.
See, I came along after that, right? So I don't recall a bit of fighting whatsoever.
And I will say too that watching your kids as each other's siblings makes you appreciate your own siblings even that much more, or it has for me.
Yeah.
So.
That's the first thing I thought of when you brought up the topic, Wopsle, is I wonder how your perspective has changed now that you have siblings in your house.
We were pretty seriously considering just having one kid, because we knew a family that only had one kid, and they enjoyed that. And this kid was just like a great kid, like one of my favorite high schoolers I've ever hung out with. He's a roughneck at OU at that right now, and just like a great, awesome dude. And so we were like, if those people did, like, that might be what we want to do too. And so we thought about not giving Jovi any siblings, and then we went and saw the movie Sisters. You guys remember that movie with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I walked out of that and I was like, siblings are the most important thing on the planet. Like, we can't not give Jovi a sibling. Yeah, so that movie kind of drove us to then have another kid, and now they're the best siblings ever. And it's so fun to see them. I tell Jovi all the time, I say, Jovi, you're being just like my big sister was whenever I was little. When she's just like caring or stops to do something or patient with him.
That makes me feel so good.
I see a lot of sibling love. In my kids.
Your siblings are your built-in best friends. So I'm glad that you guys made that decision, because I think that they will both benefit from the relationship.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think I took siblings for granted most of my life. And I think that this podcast has really kind of brought home to me. I knew it before, but I didn't know it at this level. I also didn't know how much we had in common until we got on here on this podcast. Well, turns out we have a lot.
Well, I think we might have a lot, because you guys kind of shaped everything that I like. Like, y'all implanted it in me like I was a little computer to be programmed. And you guys just kind of made me like cool stuff. So it's part of it.
That was me programming you.
You know what?
That was really cool that you had a really good control panel.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, if you press a place on your back, maybe you haven't found the secret thing, but if you press this little place on your back.
Oh, I feel it. That one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not that one.
No, not that
Never
one.
that one.
Oh no.
Not that one.
The auto fart button. Why do I have this? I do just fine without it.
But you know, siblings are some of the only people that like every single year, at least once a year, we bring up the fact that one time, Tony, you were boxing with me, which already is a bad call.
Right.
And, you know, and you had socks on your hands and the socks slipped off and you just cold cocked me on the jaw with your fist. And like, you don't get to live that down. Like the rest of your life,
right.
we are bringing that up, even though it happened 30 something years ago.
Right.
And that's pretty cool. I feel like the stories that siblings get to sit around and just like rag on each other is really a high point of siblings.
Oh no, this is such a great point. You talked about the time that I just punched you in the face, basically. And I'm 8 years older than you. So I think at the time I was like 13 and you were 5. And,
oh my gosh.
And so I'm starting to develop like man muscles. And I'm like, all right, let's box 5-year-old. Bam. And
with what? With a sock on my hand, a loose sock.
No. I had socks rolled up and put in the end of a big tube sock, and then I put the tube sock on. It was a makeshift boxing glove. Now the problem is they move around.
Yeah, yeah.
So there ends up being varying degrees of actual knuckles.
Just, I mean, on a related note, do you remember when we got that Karate Kid book that taught us how to do the basic moves? And so we put pillows all over us and we're like just punching the hell out of each other. Just, you know, like, and we were not holding back because we were trying to practice our karate.
We took that so seriously. I actually had a training regimen for like a couple of months. Every day I did practice my...
Strap those pillows on and let me go at you.
And just crane kick over and over.
Yep. Because you knew that one's going to work. If anything is going to work, that's going to work.
Of course.
I mean, and so it's great because I don't get to fully appreciate the time that someone who's not my little brother put panties on their head in the grocery store, in the department store. But I know that my little brother took a pair of pink panties while he was sitting in the grocery cart, and he put the panties on his head and just looked at us like he was so proud.
I put that together all on my own, you know? It's like, look at this. See?
You did.
And I'm not sure if any other kid screamed, "Don't hurt me," as his sister, you know, tried to take him out of the bank put him in the car. That didn't go very well. That story was bad.
Me.
Do you remember that, Wopsle?
Don't hurt me.
That's one of those I don't remember other than the retelling of it every 3 or 4 months growing up from the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I forgot it around the time I was 5 whenever my brother punched me in the head. I lost a lot of the memories.
Lost so many memories.
That's like a 10% amnesia. Just knocked a couple of brain cells loose.
And you know, so kind of maybe one last thought before we rate siblings is, so I'm married, my wife Amy, and she's the oldest of 5. And what I remember is going into this relationship, even when it was just dating, and all of a sudden now she's got this whole family that she's lived with forever. And I get to start kind of like asking the siblings things or hearing about things, or, you know, we all sit down for dinner and they'll be like, "Amy, pass the ketchup. Hope you don't drop it." And everyone dies laughing. And you're like, I don't remember the ketchup thing. Apparently it happened before 2 months ago. Yeah. So, you know, there's all these inside things. And like, what an awesome gift siblings are to give you a window into somebody's like whole persona, you know. I think that's a really interesting thing.
Oh man, if I was in that, when I've been in that situation, like when they do the whole, you know, "Oh, don't drop it," my antenna go up like, "Oh, what's this?" Like, "Oh, I'm about to get a nugget, a juicy little nug." I'm gonna have some ammo to use on her at some point of my choosing. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure that, whenever Amy came to one of our Thanksgivings or something, we got in the car to leave and she said, "You put a what on your head? Intentionally why?"
Sherry, what can you give me? Give me a little static for what, I know one, but I want to see if you have the same one.
If I got the same one? Oh, gosh. There's so many. We had more sibling rivalry because we were closer in age and we were by ourselves for a while before Michael came along. So we have plenty. I want to hear what you had. I want to hear what you're thinking about.
The best birthday present I ever got anyone in their life.
Oh, yeah. We could leave it right there and it'd still be funny.
Right.
No, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so having a birthday party. Didn't have a lot of those. We were down at the park and my mom had allowed Tony to choose a birthday present for his big sister. It was my 12th birthday.
And I got to spend, the time, it was a lot, $20. And that was a lot.
$20 whole dollars.
Yeah.
That was a ton of money. So, so I was 12 years old. That meant I was in like 7th grade. That means that Tony was like
9.
9?
Yeah.
9 years old. So what does a 9-year-old boy think is important in the world? Walkie-talkies. So he bought me some walkie-talkies for my birthday.
Choice.
So, I was a 12-year-old girl.
Yes.
Not only were they walkie-talkies, they were G.I. Joe brand walkie-talkies.
G.I. Joe walkie-talkies.
With the G.I. Joe emblem on them. They were green.
That's probably the only kind of walkie-talkies they had at the time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah. But you know what? I will say, I was disappointed at the time, but we did get a lot of use out of those walkie-talkies. So that was a solid gift.
We did, but first of all, no, it was not a solid gift. That was obviously, I looked around the store and I actually remember saying to Mom, I've got to have these walkie-talkies. And she was like, "No, you can't." And I was like, "Oh, you know what? Sherry's going to love them."
So first, okay, that brings me to a point that I have never thought about before. My mom allowed my little brother to buy me walkie-talkies knowing that he wanted them for himself.
Right. And being
for my
pretty
12th
sure that
birthday.
You didn't want those for your 12th birthday. Mom was, how did I pull that off? It was like I pulled the Jedi mind trick on her. I was like, "Mom, can I have these walkie-talkies?" "No, they're too expensive. Buy something for your sister." "Okay. You know what Sherry likes? Walkie-talkies." She was like, "Yes, Sherry likes walkie-talkies."
I'll tell you why. It's because you were the favorite. So there, I said it.
Was I the favorite?
There.
Wopsel's obviously the favorite. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, after he was born.
Oh, okay.
Only from the moment I was born.
Right.
No,
Well, he was too young to pick me a gift at that time, so
that's
he
true.
probably would have gotten me a pacifier.
Right.
He could have.
I got you an applesauce pouch.
A good, spit rag to clean up all the vomit that he used to project.
Oh, one of those white cloth towels that Mom used to have that were just covered in a Wopsle vomit all day, every day.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, listen, here's what I'm thinking. I think one of these days we should release a special episode. Maybe it'll be like a donor only Patreon episode or something where we just talk about dumb stuff that we did to one another. And I think that could be really fun, at least for us to do. Whether or not it'll be fun to listen to, I'm not sure, but it'll be fun for us to record. But that'll be for another day. So let's go ahead and wrap up this sibling talk. So she's going to be a tough one, but what do you rate Siblings?
Okay, I am going to rate Siblings. Don't hurt me, please. That's the only rating I can give it. Because isn't really that what you're always asking each other?
Right.
Right.
Isn't this what you're always saying to the world? Like,
your siblings are where you learn that phrase.
yes.
Yes.
Everything I do and say has an underlying current of don't hurt me.
But don't hurt me. That's great. That's great. Wait, Tone, what do you rate siblings?
Well, I think that 3 siblings is the perfect number because there's never a like back and forth. You get to bounce off both sides, right? So it moves me, the 3 sibling thought, to the point where I have to say that my rating is come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and hers and his. Three's company too.
Three's company too.
I was
Come
trying
and
to do
dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
Maybe we'll stumble the blaze that we my blaze. Three's company too.
She come and nap on her floor.
Life is a long and then laughter is calling for you. Dabba dabba daboo.
Dabba dabba daboo.
Yabba dabba
Three's
dabba.
company too.
Yeah.
You got a little Fred Flintstone in there? Yabba dabba
Scooby dooby
dabba.
doo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good. And I was afraid that you were stealing mine because mine also. I thought about rating it 3 out of 3, but instead I decided to go with 3. Oh, it's a magic number.
Yeah, it is. It's the magic number.
I don't remember that.
So
That's from Schoolhouse Rock,
Oh,
dog.
yeah,
Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, yeah.
the past and the present and the future, faith and hope and charity.
How can you guys
The
know that
God's
so
brain
well?
of
And I don't.
body.
I was
Give you
all
three.
about the Schoolhouse Rock. I don't remember that very well. That's not fair.
Well, don't give me too much credit. I only know it because Blind Melon re-recorded it in the 90s. So that's why I know it so well.
There you go.
So
And
don't give me too much
It is
credit.
a beautiful rendition. You should go YouTube that sucker. Blind Melon.
Yeah, it's worth your time. It's
Oh,
good.
okay.
3 is the magic number.
I'll do that.
Okay. Well, we've explored the relationship between the 3 of us. Talked a little bit of crap about each other. Let's see if Shishi has something also along these same lines. What are you going to review today?
I do not have something along those same lines. Well,
Okay.
I mean, we can tie anything in together, but I wanted to talk about eyeglasses today.
I'm wearing them.
I am too.
Wopsle, you have glasses? Did I know that?
Yeah, I usually wear contacts, but I have my glasses on right now. Yeah.
I forgot you have, because you're never wearing glasses when I see you, so I just assumed you didn't need any. So, Tone, what do you think? What do you think about glasses?
Oh, you know what's great? When I was 12 years old, I looked at my mom's glasses and I was like, she looks so cool with glasses. And I started looking around and I was like, everybody who wears glasses looks cool. I wish I could wear glasses. And I started telling myself that my eyesight was going to get worse and that I was going to need glasses by the next year. And I kept telling myself that, and I kept like trying to strain my eyes whenever I would look at the chalkboard at school.
Wait, can I ask how old you were at this point?
I was 12.
Okay.
And I would strain my eyes when I didn't need to. And I would tell myself over and over, I'm going to need glasses a year from now because my eyes are going to be bad. And a year from then, they were getting me my glasses, and I've had them ever since.
Now,
That's impressive.
that begs the question, do you still think they're cool?
It's a great question.
How long into wearing glasses did you
I guess
realize
that'll be
you made a huge mistake?
Yeah, I guess you guys must be on the same page as I am. It's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. I don't have any contacts. I haven't for a couple of years. I need to buy some because, guys, these glasses, they're just on my face all the time. Have you ever been at a point where you had to wear glasses a lot and you take them off? Oh my God, I just took mine off. And it feels like you're taking off your socks at the end of a long work day and rubbing your feet on the carpet.
or your bra. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Or rubbing
What?
something else on the carpet.
Yeah, it feels like your face is It feels like your face is like emerging from like a coal mine.
Yeah.
For the first time in years, you take it off and it's like fresh air on my eye socket. I never knew that's what that felt like.
Totally. Yes. Well, so you just described it almost perfectly. The person who did describe it perfectly was Shishi when I just said you rubbed your feet on the carpet, and she said you rubbed something else on the carpet.
You missed the first part of that. I have to say, you missed the first part. You said I take my socks off, and I said, or when I take my bra off. And then you said when you rub your feet on the carpet. So I said, instead of boobs, I said something else.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What is going on?
My sister.
It was supposed to be a stupid little throwaway nothing. And now it's a deal. I don't rub my boobs on the carpet. But I would if I thought about it, probably.
Did that really just get said on our podcast?
Hey, you told me to lean into the woman aspect. So, representing.
Man. Did, if you had in the pool that she would not say, I rub my boobs on the carpet in our podcast, you lost. Because
no, I didn't say I rub my boobs on the carpet. I said I wouldn't.
No, you just said it.
I said I don't rub my.
I think those are the bookend of sensations: is rubbing your freshly desocked feet on the carpet and rubbing something else on the carpet. I think those are the two ends of the spectrum.
Yes,
for how things should feel.
That's. Oh, you guys don't know how good it feels to take your bra off, apparently.
No,
we
don't.
So good that you crawl around on the carpet for a while.
I love it when you get home from work a little bit early and you walk in and your wife is laying on the carpet.
Just kind of scooting with her arms down by her side, just scooting.
Inchworming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Inchworming across the living room.
Yep.
Now, Sherry actually did not say, oh, no, you did say rub something else, not press. Don't just lay there and press them against the carpet.
Mm-hmm. Right. That doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Speaking of glasses, I'm laughing so hard that my glasses just fogged up.
Me too.
Another downside of glasses is they're fogging up all the time.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about glasses. I totally forgot. My topic is happening right now.
How about this?
Oh.
How about wearing your glasses while you're wearing a COVID mask?
Oh, yes. That is
not compatible.
Difficult. They're just going to fog up. That's it.
Yeah. Do you want to see or do you want to live? Because you got to choose one or the other. Well, and this is probably the silliest reason, but really the most constantly annoying thing about me for glasses is that you can't lay in bed and watch TV comfortably.
Man.
Yep.
I hate it so bad because that's all I want to do in life.
Yep.
Like you just kind of have to prop your head up kind of carefully and then your hand gets tired and you can't put your face on it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Now there is one bit of redemption, and that is when you do first get those glasses, or you've been without glasses for a while for whatever reason, you didn't have enough money to buy them or whatever, and you get your new glasses. That moment when you get back in the car and your mom starts driving you, or whatever, and you look around, that is a beautiful moment. The wonderment that fills you at being able to see tree branches and leaves is
Honestly,
amazing.
I have not really had that experience. I've not. My eyes are so weird that I can never see great.
Right.
But so, I mean, I can see better with my glasses, but I like tree leaves and stuff like that. It's never just been like, ooh, clear.
Oh,
I have to get used to them. I know. I'm so sad because the kids get that experience. I don't get them.
Well, I think that I do like being see clear. Also, I don't care how good or bad your glasses look. The first week or two that you wear glasses, everyone's going to be like, dude, nice glasses. And that just makes you feel good, you know?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, these are
That's
nice
true.
glasses. Like, I don't care what they look like. They could be like big, like Happy 2011 glasses that you found, like, and people are like, yeah, dude, sweet glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I really do like the way glasses look on your face. Like, I think everybody looks pretty good with glasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that my the bags under my eyes are way less noticeable if I have glasses on. So that's nice.
Yes. So another aspect of glasses that, I mean, you said there was one good thing, but there's two good things, and that is
sunglasses.
You can't. Okay, so that's the third thing I was going to talk about. Okay, so let's talk about sunglasses first then, because is it not the most annoying thing in the world that once you have regular glasses, you have to pay $400 to get sunglasses?
Yeah. Well, and then you have to carry two pairs, and that's not.
Yes.
No.
Or you get the darkening ones, but then they have their own issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I can't tell you how many people like walked into a building I'm in, and all of a sudden they got those dark, like they haven't changed yet.
Right.
And so they just have like regular glasses on that are dark. And that's
so weird.
It's
kind of weird.
I get weirded out.
Yeah. That's the only exception to me. The people that look better with glasses on, not that way. Not the fake shades.
Yeah,
inside.
that's why I think often, people, when people get a little bit older, they just start getting those big old weird glasses that fit over the regular glasses.
Yep.
Yes.
That's why you just finally get to a point where you're like, this is what I have to do. And I'm getting close to that point too.
The Snuggie and Crocs of the face.
They really are. There's also the kind that you can flip up, you flip up the lenses and then you flip them back down. Those are kind of
you
cool.
Look really cool.
If you're like, 14.
If you're on the cast of A Different World, you can totally pull those off and everyone will love it.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. Which is better? Let's go ahead and get a vote. Which is better? Farsighted or nearsighted?
Farsighted.
Would you rather be able to read whenever you want or see street signs?
I think farsighted because I don't know. I'm talking myself out of it.
Yeah, it's tough. It really is.
So don't put this part in the podcast, but I don't know which is which.
Oh, that has got to be in we have to explain this for Wopsel's benefit.
So you just cut this part out.
I like it whenever someone guarantees a locked-in spot on the podcast.
Yes.
I just mean go ahead and explain it to me, and then I'll just pop in.
Sherry, let's do it quietly too, because Wopsel's trying to be quiet. We don't want to make.
Okay, we don't want anyone else to know.
Since we're cutting it out,
so.
Since we're cutting it out, it can just be quiet.
Okay. So farsighted is when you can see far. Nearsighted is when you can see near.
It's really complicated.
Well, that's not too complicated now, is it?
Shh! Everybody's going to hear you.
Sorry.
Okay. Hey, okay. Now let's cut back in 3, 2, 1. I probably think farsighted because that's when you can see the street signs and stuff. It's much safer. So I'd say farsighted is a better way to go.
That's a really, really well thought out point, Wopsel.
Yes.
You have a lot of knowledge.
I'm amazed
you have a lot of knowledge
with
about farsighted and nearsighted.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. I think farsighted is better because you don't have to wear glasses all the time. Then if you have a task that's up close, you can get your glasses out. But you don't have to have them on your face all the time. Yes, I agree with that. And you can see the TV while you're lying on your face.
The most important. That's what this whole discussion's been about.
Yes.
It's about the TV.
Yes. Well, so as I was looking around on the internet, I also saw that something that I didn't know about, and that is that Snapchat came out with some glasses that takes video and pictures for Snapchat. Like it's just, goes right into your Snapchat, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. But guess what they called them? Spectacles. Just they didn't even have the decency to spell them a different way.
It was right there, I feel like.
Yeah,
Snapticles. Thank you. Anywho. All right. Okay. So tone Can you give me a rating based on all of our discussions about eyeglasses? What do you rate them?
This is a hard one because I've got there's a lot of on different sides, you know. There's the wonder that I felt whenever I first got to see stuff. Then there's the weird story that I probably shouldn't have admitted on a public forum that I may have telepathically made my eyes bad. And then, so that, I don't know. I will say also, because I believe the future of humanity involves glasses, but everyone's going to be wearing something on their eyes that they interface with that's computerized. So for all you future people, I'm going to give, guys, I don't want anybody in this current time to hear what I'm saying. Let's stop the podcast for a minute.
Okay. Stop just for one second.
I don't want anybody in this right now time to hear what I'm going to say about the future because they're going to ridicule me.
Can you put like a time release on this part only of it? So that like, it's like a time capsule, but like on this audio?
That's a really, how do you do that?
I think you can do it. I think you just like.
You just will it like you willed your bad eyesight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give glasses for all you future people a 9.4 out of 10.
Ooh.
Now let's go ahead and I'm going to give a present rating. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Tom, what do you think about
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll. I'm going to give glasses suck. I'm going to give glasses a 2.4. For all you people out there who are living today, 2.4 out of 10.
Good one.
All right, Wopsle. What do you rate spectacles, i.e. eyeglasses?
Do you guys remember Lord of the Flies? One kid had glasses. First of all, that's an anomaly. How did all those kids not have glasses?
Right.
And that kid was the most important kid on the whole island. So
Obviously.
I'm going to give glasses a 20 out of 20. 20/20.
Oh, that's a good rating.
I hate them, but I also feel compelled to give that rating for it. So
you're pandering to the future people, aren't
20. Also, just for what it's worth, I love robots. Like, I wish they ruled everything.
You're such a sellout.
Well, it's happened.
Did I get you?
You got me.
Oh, got you.
Wah, wah. Wopsle, you took my rating. You know what that means.
Yep.
I got to put a $5 in the no rating jar.
Yeah.
You got me.
Right.
Got you on that one.
You should feel so bad for yourself. You should really feel bad about yourself.
I thought it was so clever too.
It was.
But apparently it was just basic and everyone could think of it.
You can't on the ratings. You got to know that one's going to get snatched up. I'm last in line.
Thanks.
Well, it's a top tier one, and I snatched it right out of the air.
You sure did. You sure did. Congratulations.
Okay, well, I am going to review for us today Revenge of the Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds. I want to review the movie Revenge of the Nerds.
And was that part you just did associated with that movie?
That is the theme song to that movie.
Okay,
I think Wopsle's at a big disadvantage here.
Yeah,
I'm going to get my money back.
He showed his hand.
I'm getting my money back.
Wopsle, what do you think about Revenge of the Nerds?
Revenge of the Nerds was one of those movies that was always on in the background growing up. Like, you know, if we didn't have anything going on, we just put that movie on while we were like playing cards or whatever. So like I've seen them all so much, but of course, because I was so little when we watched them all, the only thing I know about Revenge of the Nerds is that like the protagonist's name is Booger. That's all I know. The most important man in the whole thing is named Booger.
I hate to tell you this,
more
but
like
he
a sidekick.
Wasn't the most important man.
Like,
right.
I'm assuming that's a title that like they handed down. Maybe they're different boogers. I'm not really sure, but so that's what I know of it.
Surprisingly enough, I believe he's only caught picking his nose one time in the movie. And I believe it's when someone says that's Booger, and it cuts over to big nose picking time.
But he was always Booger to me.
Oh, yeah.
Wopsle, do you remember the movie Better Off Dead?
Again, all I know about that is $2.
Okay.
So, like, I know these dumb little snippets from all those movies.
Because he was in that movie too, so and he has some.
Oh, was he?
Some lines.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
He was also in the movie Ray, the movie about Ray Charles.
I didn't know that.
He was the first record producer that gave Ray a big break.
Curtis Armstrong is the biggest star out of the whole cast of Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
So.
No. I'm sorry. No, he's not. The coach of the football team. Anybody know who that was?
Was that Armie Hammer?
Yeah, Armie Hammer was like 1 year old. That's right. It was Armie Hammer at
That's
1 year old.
A baby.
A little baby coach. Which would be really cute. Come on.
Like
and of course,
Waterboy.
I wasn't serious about Booger being the most famous person.
Oh, well, he was the second, I think.
David
Carradine,
Robert Carradine and Anthony Edwards were in that movie.
Yeah, were they more famous than Booger?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think so. I thought Booger was the most famous.
Well, Anthony Edwards was in ER and he was in Top Gun and.
Oh, he was Goose, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Goose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of them can compete with the coach, which was John Goodman.
What? Really?
Yeah. You just got your butts whipped by a bunch of nerds.
So he is. Yeah.
That's a great line.
Buckle up, nerds. Oh, he's so skinny. I'm looking at him on the internet right now.
So I don't remember the movies all that much, you guys, but can you let me know, like, how did they make 3 of them? Why did they keep needing to get more and more revenge?
This is what's great. I know every second moment and nuance of the movie Revenge of the Nerds. I could not tell you a single moment or line from 2 or 3, and I wouldn't have been surprised if there had been 4 or 5.
Right.
So I kind of don't care, but I don't count the other 2. But here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting. At the end of the first one, everyone that's not a preppy person unanimously agrees. The whole college is like, yep, nerds are cooler. That's the end of movie 1. So I'm really trying to figure out when they come in on movie 2, what happens? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to be honest. I decided my review was going to be a quote. So I just found 2 different websites that had the top 10 quotes from Revenge of the Nerds. And based on these quotes alone, I'm not going to be watching this movie. They are the most offensive and off-putting things I've ever read on the internet. I think I found the most offensive things on the internet, and it's these 2 quotes, these 2 lists of quotes.
I'm now realizing fully, like I've been doing it just a little bit by little bit, realizing how horrible this movie is. It would, in today's climate, there's absolutely no way. That is so. Wopsle, what do you rate Revenge of the Nerds?
I like nerd culture and I like being a nerd, so I'm going to rate Revenge of the Nerds 3 pocket protectors. That's it.
Yeah, good deal. I like it. Shishi, what do you rate Revenge of the Nerds?
After our conversation, I have to give it a.
Okay. Yeah, that was heartfelt.
It was.
I don't like that movie anymore at all. And so my rating is this. Don't watch Revenge of the Nerds. Go watch Better Off Dead. That's my rating.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Wow. What an eye-opener today. Whew. Well, let's get out of here. I'm done. Wopsle, what do you have to say, man? Do you have anything for us?
We're just so glad to be connecting with people. And so we just would love for you to continue to, email us anything you got at reviews@kick.cool. And just come say hi to us and stuff on Facebook. We love hearing about where you're listening to stuff, and we love for you to share those snippets. And so, just, wherever you spend your time on the internet, come find us there and tell us you're listening.
And I would like to thank Bugs for letting us use their song Reviews as our theme song, this podcast would not be the same podcast without that song. And we love it. Yep. And I just got some cool swag in the mail today. A shirt from Bugs Swag. I don't even know if they have any left in stock because they go out really fast, but you should run to their Facebook page and see if you can get one.
I love it. Yeah, it looks great. They've got some really good merch, which one day, who knows, there might be some Kick the Cool merch.
I'm going to wear that stuff all the time.
Right. It's going to irritate people how much I wear my own podcast shirt. Like, yeah. But anyway, let's get out of here. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for listening, guys. And, until our next episode, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye. I started to sing you. That's a magic number. I'm just a bit. I'm only what's your function?
Cake